Welcome and karibuni to Aroma of Zanzibar. Today I'm going to share with you how I make this beautiful dish called pilau. Pilau is a rice dish and it's a meal in its own because it's always cooked with either meat or chicken. You can do fish. A pilau is a very simple dish to prepare and it's very flavorful and very, very aromatic. And to prepare the pilau, for me, the pilau, the flavor comes from the broth. So I'm going to make my broth very flavorful. And for that, I'm going to share with you how I make my pilau. How I prepare my broth. So over here, I got some bay leaves. I've got some cardamom, some peppercorns, cinnamon sticks, cumin seeds, cloves, and some fresh ginger garlic, which I'm going to mash it. And I'm going to cook this in my broth. I'm going to prepare the broth. Now the broth I'm using meat today, basically lamb, and I use beef sometimes, but I do not use the pressure cooker. The reason why I don't use a pressure cooker personally, in my opinion, is the pressure cooker kind of rushes the cooking, and I want my broth to be very flavorful, so I'm going to slow cook my meat with all these spices, and so that way all the spices really penetrates in. Okay, so let's get started. Welcome back. Now we are ready to do our pilau since our meat has already been cooked. Okay, right here I've got my rice that's been washed, rinsed, and soaked for about 30 minutes. And I've got my diced onions here. You could do any onions, white, yellow, red onions, whatever you prefer. And I've got some potatoes, which are optional. And this is what I'm going to be using to flavor my pilau. I've got whole cumin seeds, and I've got mixed ground masala or spices, you can say. And this is fresh ginger garlic. And I have my broth here and my meat. Okay, the meat is preferably good if you have a meat that has bones. It gives you a very beautiful pilau. So I'm going to take you to the stove there. Right. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that I need some oil here. So this is about maybe 2 tablespoons that I'm going to be using here. I'm going to start with my potatoes, and my heat is on medium high. Basically, I just want the color. I'm not really looking into cooking these potatoes, but if they cook, it's well and good. They're going to be cooking with the rice later on, okay? Oh, okay, my potatoes are just about right. I just wanted them to have some color. So, okay, now I'm going to do my onions. You just want to do them just a little bit. You don't want them to burn either. I got my heat here on medium low, okay? And I'm going to put my cumin seeds first. then I'm going to add my mixed powder. Now here I want to mention something. Most of the time, and how the pilau is usually cooked, we use whole spices. But I used to cook it like that too, but I don't like to do that now because I'm sharing my pilau always with people who are not familiar with this dish. So to me, in my opinion, I find, you know, every spoonful you take, you gotta take out a spice, because, you know, to bite cardamom or a peppercorn doesn't really, you know, appeal to me. And that's why I just don't do that part, and I prefer to what do you say, to focus my flavors into the broth first, so that way I don't like to use whole spices. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. And then I like to do my meat. The reason why I like to do my meat this way is because I like them to have that seared texture. So okay. So this is gonna saute for a while. Like I say, I like to have it like seared, like it's kind of fried, more than, you know, the boiled texture. And last, I'm adding my garlic and ginger. And the reason why I'm adding this last, because I don't want to burn my garlic and ginger. This is what gives it aromas of the pilau. So you just want to saute this for a few minutes, and that's it. See, it smells just gracious. And I'm going to add my broth. Okay, okay, how do I put this? Okay, I want to mention here that there are two ways of cooking rice. There's a boiling method and the absorbing method. For pilau, I like to do the absorbing method because absorbing method, basically you just put the actual quantity of the liquid that you need in your rice. Okay, so you have all your flavors concentrated in there. So when I do other rices, I do the boiling method, where you just put any amount of liquid that you want, and then you strain it. And I don't like to strain my pilau because I don't want to take out the flavors that I've already created. Okay, so I'm going to bring this to a boil for a few minutes, and then I'm going to add my rice. I forgot my potatoes. Okay, now I'm adding my rice. Okay, and I'm gonna let it boil, and then I'm gonna lower down my heat to a simmer and let it cook. Okay, this has come to a boil. So now I'm gonna cover it and let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, my rice has been simmering for about 15 minutes, and all the liquid is almost all absorbed rather. And for pilau, it's really not necessary to stir it, but if you want, you can just give it one quick stir, and that's it. So now, at this point, if you want, you can put it in your serving dish and then put it in the oven on 350 for about 20 minutes, or you can do what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to cover it and put it on total low here. I'm going to cover this because I don't want any steam to come out. All right, so this is going to be for another 20 minutes. All right, so now our pilau is ready, and it's been here for about 15 minutes, and you can see it's all nice and fluffy, and my grains are all separated. And I'm going to serve it. It's very moist. Okay, and I'm going to serve this with a simple kachumbari, what we call, and maybe some spinach. Okay, so for my mouth is watering. I don't even know what to say. Anyway, for more details on this recipe, please visit me at aromaofzanzibar.blogspot.com. Thank you, and karibuni again.